Hi everyone, I'm Hales and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a fabric and pattern haul that I've been accumulating over the recent weeks, and it was the patterns were the result of some recent pattern sales, and the fabric, well, you know, there's no excuse. I will launch straight in and show you what I have got. Now these first fabrics I bought off eBay, and this one I think I may have shown in my previous video, but I have a meter, very drapey. This is a jersey fabric and it feels quite woolly. I'll say woolly, but it's quite thin, but it has quite a bit of drape to it, and I thought I would get some spots if it's supposed to be a spotty season in spring this year. And I wasn't sure whether to make the soldier knot tee, which I made recently. I'll put a photo in, because it's got good drape to it, but I'm not too sure because where that seam goes down the side it might interrupt the spots, and like I said I only have a meter of that. So that's my first one. The next one I ordered in pink, and this is what arrived. So this is from eBay and it's quite a, almost like a waffle, I don't know if you can see, like a waffly sort of texture there, so it's quite bubbled. It feels a bit synthetic, and if I pull it, it sort of goes white. So I wasn't, and it's white on one side, I wasn't really impressed with the quality of it, but I did order it in pink and they sent me navy. I have a meter of that, and because when I emailed them and said I wanted pink, I had to prove that they sent me navy by sending them a photo, and they were happy with that. They then sent me the pink version. I mean, once I'd received the navy one, I wasn't really that bothered about receiving it, but now I have a meter of each. So I did think maybe I can sort of colour block in some kind of pattern. So 1 meter of each. If you have any ideas of what to do, it's not really that drapey. I mean, there is drape to it, but not like the previous spotty one. So it's a thicker one. I don't think it, I mean, I wash all my fabrics anyway first before I cut into them, but I don't think this is gonna stand the test of time. I think that this is gonna fade, and I think it's gonna wear them more that I wash it. So I don't wanna spend too long on a pattern. So if anyone has any recommendations, I was looking at Style Arc and some of their t-shirts, and I always buy like just a meter of jersey, and then I find I actually need 1.5 meters of jersey, and I shouldn't be such a cheapskate, and I should actually buy more than I need because I never have enough. So I'm not really sure. So if you have any pattern ideas of what to do, perhaps do together, then leave me a comment down below in the comments box. Now they are the eBay ones. The next fabrics that I bought were from First for Fabrics. Now Tamlin, who is Sewn on the Tyne, she has always recommended First for Fabrics. That's her sort of neck of the woods up in the north of England, and I thought I would just check them out because I do have a fairly local fabric shop to me, but in terms of jerseys they don't have a great deal, and I didn't want to spend absolutely loads. But the first one I bought, I thought I'd get it for my daughter, and it's a remnant, so it's only 1/2 meter. And there we go. So but cats, and we have a black cat, she has a black cat, so there's 1 meter of that. And I do have some odds and ends of black jersey, so I do think maybe I can make some kind of like loose sweater or a raglan sweater or something, and then colour block with some black, like the neckband and the cuffs, or maybe even the sleeves, because this isn't long enough for her. She's 9, but that isn't long enough, and obviously because it's a directional print I can't use the fabric the other way around. So, and it's quite, I think it's a fleece back, so it's very, feels cozy, but obviously now the weather is warming up, she won't want a tight fitting jumper. So again, I'm just going to put it out there because I have been looking and I can't find. Anyone has any pattern recommendations for that, for an older child, think tween, then let me know. The other fabric I bought from First for Fabrics was this, and I'm not really sure if I like it. I can't remember whether this is like a remnant or whether this is an end, like on a sale. I think there's 1 meter, there might even be slightly over, I can't even remember now, it's a few weeks ago. So it has not that much downward stretch, so like that. I mean, there's not masses of stretch to it, but it's really drapey. I can't remember what composition it is, I need to stop moving it around because that's probably just going to get on your nerves. So there, but I mean, it's really smooth, but that makes you feel that it is like a polyester thing. And I did think not tee, because I don't want anything too close fitting, and it's not really like a t-shirt. T-shirt's almost more blousy, but obviously there's stretch to it. But I think there's only a metre of that one. Another one I got from First for Fabrics, I was on a jersey buying spree, again 1 metre, should have bought more. But this one was $10.95 a metre, which I never normally spend that much, so that's why I only bought a metre. Oh, I've got thread all over it. But I thought, and there's loads of stretch. This is a cotton jersey, and there's a really good amount of stretch to it. I'll hold it up so you can see. I just thought it was an unusual print, and I was thinking t-shirt, but actually I saw that, I think it's Itch to Stitch. I've got a free pattern for a V-neck like tank top, and I thought for the summer, because summer is not my best season. Spring, I'm all over spring. That's great because you still got that nice breeze around, don't get too hot. Summer, if it's a hot summer, oh, not me and summer do not really agree. So I need something breathable and fairly loose, so I can make it, if I'm not making the sleeves, then I can get away with just a metre. Because it's quite a big print, I think just a normal t-shirt. I mean, I have made the Sewaholic Renfrew t-shirt, quite a few of those, and I can get those out of a metre of fabric. But I do like a longer t-shirt now, and I think that the Renfrew was a little bit short from what I recall. So that is that. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I bought this one. This one is a viscose. It almost feels more like a lawn though, but it is a viscose fabric, and I just was really drawn to the colour. Now this one I bought locally in Bury St Edmunds, and they had a fabric shop. They had a sewing machine shop, knitting, and then there was like a room with fabrics in, mainly quilting cotton. So there was like one shelf of dressmaking fabric, and they were all really expensive. So this was £15 a metre, and I think that was the cheapest fabric they had. So anyone who says you shouldn't buy online, you should support local fabric shops, I'm sure they're not paying £15 a metre, because you can pick up fabrics cheaper than that. But I thought some kind of like maxi skirt, because I thought with a, oh, it might go with, almost goes with the t-shirt I'm wearing, a white t-shirt, sort of a midi length, not maxi, midi length skirt with some white trainers. I thought that would look really nice for spring. I was just, I think the sun must have been out that day, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it and buy 2 meters, and you know, £30 on 2 meters of fabric. That is not me at all. So obviously I got carried away there. The other, oh, 1, 2, I've got 3 more fabrics. I thought I had more than that, but maybe it's not, it's just a 3. Now this one is a curtain. Oh yes, I do have something else. This one is, you see the print on that? Now, I don't know if anyone saw the paparazzi snaps of Adele, and she was singing at her friend's wedding, and I think it was in like a restaurant or pub or something like that, so they'd sort of snapped her through the doorway. But she was wearing this, I can't remember who it was by now, but this sort of skirt which sort of like a cotton, I think, just sort of like puffed out like that, so there wasn't like loads of drape. It was quite a stiff, probably 100% cotton fabric with heels, and then she had a fitted, quite, I suppose this length sort of sleeve, a knitted sort of top to go with it, and it looked really nice. And I thought, I saw this curtain, there should be plenty because it's like that, £2 in the charity shop. It was a single curtain, so I bought it, but I just thought it was nice, and with that same kind of colour, going with my colour palettes at the minute, I thought I'd give it a go and just try and make a skirt out of it and make it probably midi. I think we're going midi. I'm 5'3", and I always think maxi is just too long on me, and it seems to be a bit of a trend at the minute to go for midi length, so I think that might go for a midi length skirt. This next one, I do have a pattern in mind for this, but I'll just show you the fabrics first, and then I'll move on to patterns. Now this one is, oh, I want to say a viscose, but it feels like a viscose crepe. This was bought locally from my local fabric shop and it was on sale for, oh, I want to say, I think it was down to £3 a metre. Yeah, it was £3 a metre. And I never get prices like that from where I live. So I bought, look at this, look, more than a metre. I bought 3 metres of this. I never buy 3 metres of anything, but obviously £3 a metre, I was all over that one. Now this one was more expensive as well. This next one, I think this one was £15 a metre, and being a cheapskate and you got 1.5 metres, I thought I'd buy it for myself with some birthday spending money. So this is a viscose, and this came from Fabric Godmother. And I saw a few people had bought some at the stitching festival, I think it was, in London recently. I didn't get a chance to go because there was rail replacement work. So from where I live, what should be like an hour and a half on the train was going to be over 3 hours, including a bus and 2 changes. So that was not going to happen. But so I saw that they'd taken some new fabrics along to the show, but then she put them, I think she put them on her Instagram stories. So when I was on Instagram, I saw it, went online. They also had this in a jersey, but I thought white t-shirt, white trainers, midi length skirt. So I only have 1.5 meters. I don't know if that is enough because I bought 2 meters of the blue one. I've only got 1.5 meters of this, so I'm not sure, but I will either find a pattern or do some kind of elasticated skirt. But I do have a skirt pattern to show you. Just nipped upstairs because I remembered I had this. Now it's not fabric, it is a dress, and I bought it in the supermarket and it's size too big. But I really like the, try and show you the, so it kind of like swing like that with the sleeves and with these ties here. But it's a size too big. I like the colour, and it doesn't feel like cheapy fabric. It feels like a viscose or something. And it was £3.50, and it's only for about a size bigger. So where the arms are, they come down too low. So I did think I can cut the sleeve off, raise the armhole, and then take some fabric out of the sleeve and then insert the sleeve again. And then I thought with these ties on the wrist, take those off and pull them, because there's no real shape to it. It's gonna be really hard to show you because I probably really should put this on, but attach them somehow so I can give it shape at the waist. So if I do a refashion on that, I will show you that like a before and after in the video, but I just want to show you that was kind of, I'm treating that like a fabric because I thought £3.50, I can't go too wrong with that one. Now before I go on to patterns, I had an Amazon gift card from my mother-in-law for my birthday, and I bought this, which is a pattern cutting book. All about understanding the fabrics and the construction of garments and making pattern blocks and just more technical information. And I've read a few reviews on a couple of different books, and this one said was kind of explains everything to understand how the fabric sort of moves, the structure of a garment, why certain things go in certain places like darts and structure. And I thought it just would help me to fit things on myself a bit better and understand them. And then if I can get a pattern block made up, I can perhaps then try it with different garments and see how that goes. Simplicity patterns were half price in the UK recently, so I got a couple of patterns. They're nothing like the sort of $1.99 that other people get in America, but I can't complain. I've seen some indie patterns which are like £21 or £16 or something, and then a lot of people complain about like the big four that they're really expensive. Well, actually when they're on sale, they're not that dear. They, you know, they work out quite reasonably. So I thought I would just, this is like the cat, it's his chair and I'm sitting on it, so he obviously doesn't like it. Come on, I'm gonna go out. Always bothers me when I'm filming. What are you doing? So the first one is, oh god, cat cut fuzz up my nose now. Simplicity 2058. I will put a picture on the screen, and it's a skirt pattern, and it says slim, average or curvy, so there are 3 different options. And I haven't fully looked at the pattern to know if I can use it with some of the fabrics that I bought recently, but I thought it might work out, and then I can just look like they had a good shape to them, and then I can make them like a midi length. I've realised lately that I quite like, because I'd wear a skirt for work sometimes, and I quite like wearing a skirt because I feel that sort of, it sits on my waist and it's not full. Saying that, I have just bought that dress to refashion, but I don't really have any skirts, like casual skirts, so I thought I'd give it a go, especially for the summertime, because you can wear them with sandals or you can wear them with trainers, and I thought they would look quite good. The other one is Simplicity S8842, and it's an amazing fit trouser pattern. Now again, I wear trousers for work, and I found it really tricky. I've had disasters trying to make trousers. I've tried all sorts. But I've realised also, ready to wear are not that great. I picked up a pair of trousers recently in the sale, and they were the bottom half of a suit, like a 2-piece suit. And they have front pleats. So as I put on weight and it goes on my stomach, the other trousers then I find they're like too tight. But when they have a pleat at the front, because my waist doesn't really change that much, but obviously because I've had children, that if I'm gonna put on weight, that's where it kind of goes. So my weight can fluctuate, which means my stomach then fluctuates. So if I make them really fitted and then I lose a bit of weight, they're falling off me. Whereas when I found with the trousers at work, with the pleat, it gives you a little bit of extra sort of wiggle room, shall we say. But the waist, because it sits higher up, actually that fits. But the tummy area, it allows the sort of like a bit of expansion, shall we say, cake expansion in the pleats. So, well, I was going to show you the line drawings, but they don't really show you much, and I'm trying to not get my face so it actually focuses. So I don't know, I think it's had a few mixed reviews online, but as it was half price, I thought I would try this one for trousers. Vogue patterns were also on sale. The Simplicity overlaps slightly with the Vogue, with being half price, and then the Simplicity went back to full price, but then Vogue stayed half price. So I bought them in 2 batches. So I bought the trousers, I think, on their own, then I bought some together, and then I bought a Vogue pattern on its own, because it was like, the sale went on quite a while. So I'm hoping that McCall's are gonna come up for sale next for half price, because they look like they've got some really good patterns coming out. Unfortunately, we don't get the brand new releases, but there are some great patterns out there from McCall's, but I'm not buying them at full price, so I'm just holding fire. So this one is Vogue, and it's from the Very Easy Vogue, and it seemed the instructions, well, when you know that when the instructions are on one sheet of paper, it's a good sign. So 8665, there are 2 options here. Not sure which one I would go for. It probably just depends on my fabric amount, but I'm going to use, she says, rummaging around. So the 3 meters I bought, oh, it's all fallen on the floor now. Hang on, where are we? There we go. So that one, the 3 meters I bought, I don't have to really worry about pattern matching because it's a very small polka dot, and it's just a really simple dress. It's got bias binding around the neckline. I'm not sure if that's going to be great. I have made my own, and it sits a lot nicer when you make your own, but I'm not really sure about how I feel about a bias binding finish. But that was for that. Then I've got this one. It always looks fancy when they have like a big envelope and it's only small inside. V1595. It is Badgley Mischka. Probably pronounced completely wrong, but this one here, and it says to use it with like a ponte, with like just a double knit fabric. So it's a really simple dress, but it does have a back zip. Oh, I'm trying not to cough and I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. It does have a back zip, which I find strange if you're using that with stretch fabric, because then you shouldn't need it. You should be able to get it on. So I need to have really, like, I think 2 meters of that. Probably needs to have a bit of drape to it, and then I will see if I can do it. I guess like Viv9193 does it. So you like, you pin it, and if you can get it on and off without using a zip, then I can just sew up that centre pack seam, because I'm not sure about putting a zip in Ponte. Haven't got the fabric for that one yet though, but I thought it was quite an easy pattern. And I have made the Bettine dress by Tilly and the Buttons, which is a kind of that sort of kimono sleeve, and that's quite comfortable to wear, but I'm not sure about that. But I saw quite a few on, it was either Instagram or Google Images, and they look quite nice, and a lot of people said it was a great basic dress, and so I'm hoping that that's going to be go together fairly straightforward. And this one I bought from So Essential, which is a very easy Vogue V9133. As anyone who has seen my recent video, which I'll put in the cards up above, that I've just made a winter coat. Now we're going into spring. I'm ready for winter when it arrives in so many months' time. I did get a little bit of wear out of it, but the weather has warmed up considerably in about the last week. So that's fine, because that means I've got a winter coat all ready to go. But it has made me think that I do need some kind of jacket, because it's not warm enough to just wear my denim jacket. So I need something a bit more covered up, but not obviously a big full-on lined winter coat. So this is thinking spring jacket, one of these options. There's A, B or C. I think it's the difference in the collar. I don't know the difference between them. Oh, I'll show you the line drawings. So one collar is obviously sitting in, one sitting up. I'm not sure the difference between B and C. Perhaps one has a slightly longer collar, or the... Oh, C has pockets. C has pockets and B doesn't. So I'm not sure what I would go for. And it says to do it with tweed, fleece, ponte knit or crepe. So I need to find some fabric and then do that and try and make a spring coat. So I don't want a full-on coat, but I thought I'd just try a nice spring jacket. And they are all my fabrics and all my patterns. I will link my previous video at the end of this one. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will hopefully see you in my next video, and thank you for watching.